Hi-yo, Kermit the Frog here. It's almost Easter, and today we're reacting to another story time. Let's see if it's good.
Pain. We all know it, we've all experienced it, whether it be emotional or physical, it sucks. And me, having the absolutely humongous brain that I do, have gotten myself into many painful situations, resulting in a large range of casualties. And since people's suffering is funny, that's what I'll be talking about today. By the way, get ready for almost no exposition in any of the following stories. Due to the sheer amount of anecdotes, I've simplified them for your viewing ease. I was getting out of the car on a school morning, so I stepped out and paused with my hand in the door. Foreshadowing. And I don't even know how this happened, but my mom slammed the car door, unknowingly crushing my fingers.
Oh my god!
But it's okay, I still have my hand. See, here it is. It's amazing. The year was 2000-something. I was in Jamaica with my family on vacation. We were at this nice little beach enjoying the sun. Now somehow I managed to evade all adult supervision and stumble into the water with my tiny legs. What I didn't account for, however, was the gigantic monster wave, probably 5 times my size, rushing straight towards me. It came up behind me and literally swallowed me whole. The current pulled me under, my goggles flew off, I got tossed around underwater like a friggin' popcorn kernel in a microwave, I inhaled a bunch of salt water, and finally I washed up on the sand looking like a sedentary salmon.
That must have been really painful!
It was probably less dramatic than that, but that's just how I remember it. I was in Florida one year, and my family and I were walking to the beach. I was running on this boardwalk thing with wooden planks and railings, but instead of polished wood, it was rough and had a bunch of parts and nails sticking out of it. And so I was running across, dragging my hand on the rim, and there just so happened to be a very sharp piece of wood sticking out just up ahead. And yes, I ran full speed into it. I spent most of that trip with a piece of wood lodged in my hand because I was too scared to try and take it out. Not very fun. One time in science class, I was absent-mindedly fooling around with a pencil, as one does, and while I wasn't paying attention, I felt a sharp pain in my finger.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Yes, I had inadvertently stabbed myself with a pencil. I was bleeding to death in the middle of a science lesson. As usual. I managed to eventually stop the bleeding, and luckily, I'm still alive. In cooking camp, we were using these giant knives. Great story starter, I know. And I don't know what exactly happened, but somehow I ended up cutting open my thumb with the giant sharp blade, and I only realized it when the blood was literally seeping through the pocket that I had my hand in. That was a surprise.
Knife in your hand! That must have been painful! Then you have to have stitches, and you need to have a band-aid, and then you have to be very careful with it. And that means you have to be really careful when washing your hands. And if you can't wash your hands, then it's an illness waiting to happen.
Emotional, damn it!
Okay, I took a little break and now I'm back. Let's watch a little
One time the
more.
dentist had to rip out 2 of my baby teeth in the same procedure, and needles to say, get it, needles. It was slightly traumatizing and painful to have a stranger shove a giant needle into your gums. And that wasn't the last tooth extraction I had either. The second time I decided I didn't want a needle again because
Why did you decide you didn't want a needle for anesthesia?
That was a terrible mistake.
Why
I ended
did
up having to
you?
go through more pain
It was a
last
terrible
time, all because I
mistake.
tried to avoid that pain in the
Oh
first
my
place. The poor
god.
dentist had to rip my tooth out of my skull without any
My
anesthetic.
god.
Thankfully, that was my last baby tooth and hopefully my last extraction.
That would be so painful. Oh my god. Well, that's it for today. See you next time.